Today I'm going to be giving you guys a buyer's guide on the Vizio P-Series Quantum. So smack a like on this video because I'm getting to the point right now. Okay, so short answer, don't buy this TV. It's a waste of money. Now, little disclaimer here, if you're coming from a 10-year-old TV or something even older, you're probably not going to care about what I'm saying because I'm not appreciating the same difference that you see upgrading from something very outdated. And if that's the case, by all means, buy it, enjoy it, and ignore any information I give. But if you want to do actual research and kind of get an idea of where this TV sits in the market, well, here we go. For starters, this TV has a really big problem, blooming. So similar to last year, it does have off-angle issues, but new this year from last year's Vizio P-Series Quantum is its blooming is really bad. So you'll notice clouding a lot more prevalently, especially when you're turning the TV on and off. I know that's a little bit nitpicky for some people, but more so when you get to really challenging things with small, bright highlights. That's usually where you run into the bulk of your problem. So honestly speaking, the local dimming algorithm is not very effective, and no matter how many zones Vizio claims to have in this thing, it's just pretty crappy experience overall. You can have deep blacks, but it's nothing to write home about. Now, when we talk about the color aspect, color can get very vibrant. The delta errors are really low out of the box, so you technically don't have to calibrate it. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. You can fine-tune it and get pretty decent picture quality on your own without having to run out and hire somebody, so that part's really good. And again, after calibration, I mean, you get ridiculously low delta errors that you can't notice the difference anyway. So honestly speaking, that's just what it is there. As far as the brightness goes, though, it's really disappointing. You're really not impressing. Like, I would have expected this TV to kind of maybe over-deliver like what the Hisense is doing for $650, you know? And it's just not happening at the $1,000 price range. You're still stuck in some many cases with sub 1,000 nits, and it's just like it doesn't hold 1,000 nits very consistently across the board. I would have expected this to be a light cannon at this point, at least maintaining 1,000 overall, but it doesn't. So expect the ballpark of anywhere from 800 to 900 nits on average, but not the full 1,000 and upwards. You know, it's just not happening. And that holds true even once you start talking about the HDR content. Now, what I, again, really love about Vizio is that they're the only manufacturer that allows you to name your picture presets and create it around whatever source device you're using or whatever any kind of usage really that you have planned for the Vizio. I think it's game-changing. I think more developers and manufacturers of TVs need to get on this because that's it. That's the sauce right there. Now, when we're talking about the vertical banding, that's where it's not the sauce. So it has dirty screen effects. So if you are a sports watcher, this is going to be something that you are going to notice very actively as, again, hockey players move across the screen, football players throw the balls, and fast panning shots. I mean, all that stuff. Movies as well, that's going to be affected. Movies like Jason Bourne and things like that, you're not going to experience a smooth panning motion. Now, when we talk about the contrast and the clarity, it's good enough, I guess, but it's just not the next level that you would expect when you pay $1,000 in 2020 on a Quantum.QLED TV. They really gas it up to be more than what it really is, and that becomes true once you start looking at older content like over-the-air TV. There's a good amount of banding that you will notice on some things, so just be mindful, especially when you're watching YouTube. That was a banding mess. I didn't really enjoy that at all, so that was, you know, my little thing there. As far as the speakers internally, the speakers aren't really great. It sounds tinny. They need to upgrade it, even by TV standards, right? Like, it's really just not fantastic. And I think there was a lot of room to add a little bit extra in the way of sound, but it just sounds like crap. And that's just as honest as anyone will tell you. But if I had to really put a kicker in it, that was for me the biggest deal breaker that I saw, it would have to be the fact that motion is just the worst. It's juddery, choppy, and every bit as bad as it was last year, but it's like they took things to a whole other level and purposely made it even worse. It just doesn't make sense how Vizio can have these flaws on last year's TV. I put out reviews, you know, which, by the way, they scrubbed off of Best Buy and Amazon, and it's still not fixed the problem, even though they are fully aware that they have a motion issue. It's just they're providing what people want to hear on paper, and Vizio is a disgusting company for it, and I'll tell you why. They're sitting here telling you have quantum dots, sitting here telling you have over 1,000 nits, all these zones of local dimming, promising deep blacks, and give you the complete and total opposite of what you were expecting. It's the ultimate catfish, the ultimate bait and switch, and honestly speaking, the fact that they don't have voice control still in 2020, after literally everyone who's reviewed their TVs have had a problem with that, it speaks volumes to Vizio just trying to collect off of lower income families and try to build some sort of empire off of that. So, in essence, I wouldn't recommend Vizio, especially from a customer service perspective. They literally have the nastiest customer service I have ever dealt with. I have never had a single horrible experience worse than Vizio with any other brand, and that's as real as it is. And when you look at Vizio's customer service, you can get banned off of their Facebook page literally for having a problem and presenting it to the Facebook page looking for help. Don't believe me? Go ahead and try to post a problem you're having. It's all about marketing for them on their Facebook page. They don't want to hear your issues. And once they have your money, they don't care or value their customers. And that plays a big part in how Vizio goes forward with making televisions and how they run their business overall. And everything I've seen from Vizio this year is exactly what I predicted, where honestly speaking, the moment they came out with OLED, everything else just took a hit. And this TV definitely took a hit and got worse from last year. If you can find last year's P-Series Quantum, just buy that, because this is not worth the markup in price that you're definitely going to be paying over it. Now, what I would personally recommend and what I would personally buy is the Hisense H9G. It is the best TV under $1,000. Now, Hisense has a disgusting update that ruins your black levels, so you're going to have to weigh that into the equation. But if you keep your TV offline and just use it as a TV and use your external devices like your Xbox or your PlayStation or your Blu-ray player to stream apps, you'll be good to go. But honestly, guys, don't do this to yourself. Don't do it to your family. You're just going to turn around and return it because it's not the TV that you are expecting for the price that you're paying. And that's as simple as it can be. No, it's a little negative, but it ain't all rainbows and butterflies. I'm not an influencer or an affiliate marketer. So if you're looking for somebody to sell you the product, again, I'm not your guy. I'm going to tell you like it is, and if I've saved you some money, maybe consider subscribing, because that's just what I do here. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.